Okay, we got a TXV valve sticking on this system here. And we're going to add this oil additive with this 4-ounce Yellow Jacket injector tool. This is one of the victims of the anti-corrosive additive that was in the oil from the factory for so long that everybody had the problems with. So I'm going to hook this thing up and we're going to watch it run and see if it works. Okay, we've got the additive in the injector canister. It's full of the oil additive. And we hooked the yellow hose on our gauges to the high side, to the liquid side. Brought it up, went into the gauge, came back through the gauge with the blue hose that is for the low side, suction side, and hooked it to the top of this injector. So we're going to crank the machine up, let it run, and then we're going to open this valve on the bottom of this injector and we're going to run the liquid line through the gauge and through. You can leave the gauge out and just hook it straight to the injector if you want to. We just did it this way. And then we're going to let that high side pressure and liquid refrigerant rinse out all the oil additive from here, probably just for about 30 seconds. And then we're going to cut that off and unhook this, hook the red hose back here normal, and watch our subcooling and superheat and see if it goes down. Right now the superheat is extremely high, you know, as you would know from the typical symptom of the TXV being stuck. So let's watch and see what happens. Okay, we've got it running. You can say we have low suction pressure, a little bit of high head pressure, extremely high superheat, and high subcooling. We're going to watch this and see over the next 15-20 minutes if it starts to drop like it should. And by drop I mean we should drop superheat, and we should hopefully raise up the low side suction pressure. Now the Trane Tech tells us that if this climbs up to about 90 psi we can be comfortable and leave it. But we're going to watch it for a little bit and see if it unsticks. It looks like it's barely climbing, but let's see if it works. Starting to rise a little bit. We're up to 74 and the superheat's going down just a little bit. So it's been about 5 minutes. We'll keep watching it. Alright, we're up to 86. The superheat has gone significantly down. It's down to 49. I realize that's not low, but it is much lower than it was. I think it was around 60 or so, I don't remember. But the suction pressure has come up about 20 psi. So the manufacturer says if we get it up to 90 we can leave it. So are we starting to get a little bit of water out of it? So it's actually starting to condensate. So there is some amount of cooling going on in the house. The suction pressure is definitely starting to look favorable. We're up to 89. So I believe this oil additive may get us out of changing the TXV valve. And even if it doesn't, now we're on 90, so we're doing good. Even if we do end up changing the valve, at least that additive has counteracted that sticky anti-corrosion additive that the factory put in these compressors. As you can see, we're climbing. We're almost at 95. So I think we're finally getting somewhere. We're going to watch it a few more minutes and do like the manufacturer says and leave it. Okay. That's about as close to 100 as you can. There it goes. I said I'd leave it if it got to 100. Trane says at 90 you can leave it. I just don't like this high superheat and ridiculous high subcooling. But it's still fluctuating. That tells us the valve is moving. So we'll come back in a day or two and put our gauges on it. Maybe I can get another shot at it then. See how it goes. Thanks for watching.